Hello, cool people in English 332. Welcome to week 2 of this very strange semester. You've survived week 1, which is super exciting, feeling good, really fun to read all your introductions and see your comments on the Lens for Peace. Thank you so much for just jumping in to all these platforms. I'm very grateful. You'll notice behind me, things look so much better than last week. If you please watch the videos. It will really help you make sense. But if you watched last week's video, you saw almost a blank wall. And look, I have these gorgeous shelves now, and I'm all like color-coded and stuff with my books. I teach a course for future elementary school teachers called Advanced Comp for Future Teachers, so I use a bunch of children's books. So those are behind me. Makes me really happy. My husband makes me, I gotta go this way, robots for like our anniversary and Valentine's Day and stuff, because he's just cool like that. So I have those behind me. Yeah, I'm just feeling very Pinterest AF behind me. I'm happy with my shelves. If you got to be in front of a screen for 10 hours a day, you hopefully like your space that you're in front of. So I'm going to just this week give you a little heads up on what we're doing. Last video, I talked about the fact that you're gathering your literacy practices for a couple of days, either last week or right now. And by Wednesday evening, like by midnight or by Thursday morning, somewhere in there, I hope that you share the kind of tracing your literacy practices. So this, like I said last week, this won't be easy because trying to make a decision rule about what to capture, and sometimes even like, do I want everybody to know that I watched Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders making the team? Like, you'll even make decisions of like, what am I going to really share with people? So hopefully it will be interesting to see like what counts as literacies. A couple of you already have, Jennifer and Peyton already posted theirs, which I really appreciate. So you can see like the kinds of things they're already tracing. I also am going to introduce you every once in a while to this really amazing 5-year-old that is in my life, a friend of mine's daughter. And this is Kate Button, middle name Button, which is the coolest thing. So this is Kate's list when both of her parents, who happen to be physicists, were on Zoom. And so she was making lists of things she could do. So even 5-year-olds keep track of their literacies. And one of my favorite things is she have a snack, and she's not sure how to spell it, so nap. So if you're not sure how to spell snack, you could have a nap instead. And I also love the have a story, I could have a story in my brain. So anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing like how early, kids are starting to make sense of all these things. So you're going to trace yours, you're going to share them, and then if you've looked ahead, next week you're going to do some writing that's both a summary of the reading coming up, but also you doing a little analysis work about what you learned from tracing your literacies and what you learned by looking at other people's in our class. So you're going to kind of look at it as a data set as a whole, and I'll talk more about that next week, but keep good track for yourself so you'll have things to write about. And then we'll also, by Monday night, you're going to get back in perusal, and because remember our routines here, I'll kind of remind you we're doing this kind of discovery where you're doing your own data collection, then we're doing some research around literacy studies, then you're going to do some writing about that, and then you'll end these 2-week cycles by making something that you have full control over. So we're kicking off with you doing the discovery part this week, and then you'll end Monday night with doing some reading. And this time we are reading David Kirkland's The Skin We Ink, Tattoos, Literacy, and a New English Education. And I chose this piece because it's such a good introduction to literacy studies and how we might do research. So you can see like how Kirkland does data collection and how he does the analysis of that data. This piece is going to take you a little while to read. It takes me a good hour, and if I was commenting too, it'd take me a good, probably 60 to 90 minutes. I want to be totally upfront with y'all because a lot of you don't know me yet. I do not play school. Like I use perusal and currents because that's what people in my field use. My colleagues and I put readings into perusal and comment on them with each other especially when we're trying to write articles together. So this is a practice that we do. What's weird about it from an instructor's perspective is I can see how much time you've spent on a reading, which is really not information I want to know, quite frankly. And I can't turn it off. It's in there. One of the reasons I don't use Blackboard Learn is I don't like the way that it traces students. Your faculty can see on the back end of Blackboard Learn how much time you've spent on a page, how much time you've spent on a task. So I just want you to know that I can see how much time you spend on a reading. And sometimes a reading's only going to take you 20 minutes and a few comments, and then there's going to be a piece like this one that's just going to take you a while. So don't game the system. Like, don't leave it on just because I can see you. Like, really take it up for real. But also know that the readings are important because you're gathering some capacity with these readings over time. And I'm going to ask you to do some writing in a few weeks, mid-semester, where you're putting all these readings kind of in conversation with each other. So you want to read carefully and you want to keep some notes for yourself so that you'll have an easier time writing kind of this is what I know so far about literacy studies after we've read a few of these things. So that's how we're using it, just to give you that kind of heads up. So that's by Monday night. I want to say a little bit about these deadlines or whatever. I am, again, because I don't play school, I'm just going to give you the points. I'm not taking points off for things. In fact, I hate points. I really hate grades. So do the thing and I'll give you the points. And if for some reason you're going to be late on a task, just send me an email and I'll be like, no problem. So I do want you to kind of relax and just do the work. I'd like to keep a similar pace. I'm trying to give you feedback so it helps me when you hit the deadlines. But if for some reason that didn't work for you that week, best laid plans, you're just going to be like, hey, I can't get to this reading tonight. Can I do it by tomorrow? And I am always going to say absolutely. So just reach out to me. We're all good. I think that's all I want to say about those details. I posted grades in Blackboard. It's the only thing I use Blackboard for. Again, if you missed something this last week and you want to go back and do it, just send me an email saying, hey, I didn't get a chance to do the Lunsford piece, only a couple of you, and I'll be happy to give you the points. So no worries about that. I think that's it. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm loving that conversations we're having about literacies, and you're riffing off of the future of them already. So thanks, everybody.